Hey everybody, I wanted to start a new series now based on cutting down your backpacking weight, trying to decrease your load, go ultralight if that's as far as you want to take it. But I figured I would just start with some simple tips that can help you reduce your pack weight and just kind of make them quick and put them out fairly often. So today's tip is going to be more of just kind of an introduction and a basic tip, but they'll get more detailed and more interesting as I go along. Anyways, today, I know you've all probably heard most of your weight cutting is going to come from your big three, which is your pack and your sleeping bag and your sleeping system and your tent or hammock or tarp, whatever you use. So obviously most of the weight you're going to be able to cut is going to be coming from those because they're your heaviest items. So I'm not really going to go into detail on those in any video, because that's more something of a personal preference of what tent you prefer, what sleeping system you prefer. And I mean, I'll do some reviews on some gear that may be a good choice for you, but can't really provide any suggestions for those. That's more of something you'll have to choose yourself. And really, when you're doing the big three, it really comes down to money. The more you spend, you'll probably be able to cut more weight. So not the best thing, but that's unfortunately what it comes down to. Unless you make your own gear, then you can save money and lose weight, which I recommend. But anyways, so today's tip is going to be about backpack size. One of the best ways to cut your weight is to reduce what you carry, and a great way to do that is to buy a pack that fits what you need but nothing more, really. So if you look here, I've got in my right hand a 65 liter pack, the REI Flash 65, and in my left hand the good old Go Light Jam 50 liter pack. And it's actually cinched down a bit, so it's a little bit smaller than 50 liters right now, but it gives you an idea. And so if you go out and you buy a huge 70 liter pack, 80 liter pack, which I would never recommend unless you're going on an expedition, you're going to have a lot of extra space up top, and it's not going to feel right to have a pack with all this empty space up top. So you're going to have the idea to add stuff to it. Maybe I'll throw in this, I've got room for it, and you'll be adding all this stuff you don't need, adding extra weight. And so having a bigger pack can be a downside, because you're going to want to fill it up with stuff. Whereas if you have a pack that just barely fits the stuff you carry normally, you're not going to want to throw in anything extra. And one other thing I'll note while I'm on this topic is sometimes simplicity is really a good thing. With this bag, you've got the main pocket and the outside pocket. And so basically you put stuff you want to access quickly in the outside pocket and all the rest of your stuff in the inside pocket. And that's all there is to think about. There's no external pockets like you'll see on most packs. Have like a brain like this, where you can add more stuff up top here. You can add stuff to this pocket. It's got a pocket here. And sometimes these pockets are good for organizing, but most times they're just another place to catch a bunch more stuff that you don't really need. And when you have a more minimal approach, like the one pocket, one big pocket, you tend to pack less stuff that you don't need. And you realize, well, maybe I don't actually need to take this. I'll just leave this out this time. So that's today's tip. I'll have some more interesting and more complex tips as this series continues, if people like it. And stay tuned.